Historic tremors shake Buckingham Palace. In a sensational move that has shocked the nation and the world, King Charles has frozen all public engagements of Queen Camilla. But why this sudden decision? A bombshell report has emerged, casting shadows over the corridors of power, revealing fissures in the monarchy that could change its destiny forever. Before we go deeper into what this really means for the royal family, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single update. The sudden announcement from the heart of Buckingham Palace has sent ripples across the globe, capturing an unprecedented media frenzy. News anchors and journalists find themselves entangled in inescapable headlines. Frantic whispers fill the airwaves, each anchoring their audience to this unexpected turn of events. King Charles's decree materialized seemingly out of the ether, cloaked in mystery and summoned by revelation. It is but a vision that enthralls yet confounds. Delving into the past, the king's relationship with Queen Camilla has always been a tapestry intricately woven with threads of complexity. Their bond, forged in the crucible of love yet marred by controversy, has known its river of turmoil. The public has watched, sometimes with bated breath, as two souls sought solace in the ambush of hostile headlines. Now, the echoes of history resound once more, leaving the royal walls buzzing with pressed concerns and questions unspeakable. Within royal circles, a stunned silence reigns supreme, a stark contrast to the heated debates blazing through the media like wildfire. Bewilderment has paralyzed loyal subjects while critics opportunistically fan the flames of dissent. The air is thick with speculation as journalists struggle to peel back the layers of secrecy surrounding this most intimate of royal affairs. Somewhere beneath the gilded layers lies the shocking truth, penned within the pages of a report bursting with unsettling revelations. Whispers suggest it chronicles decisions perhaps deemed unsavory or misunderstood which have precipitated this extraordinary royal announcement. Amidst the flurry, the British public finds itself teetering on a delicate balance. Traditionalists cling even closer to the old order, their devotion unshaken by the tides of uncertainty. Meanwhile, a new wave of skepticism swells, spurred by perceptions of a monarchy striving for relevancy in an evolving world. The heart of the nation beats with a melody of discord, promising a crescendo that questions the nature of identity, loyalty, and trust. Behind the palace's fortified doors, a tense and secretive gathering unfolds as the royal family fastens their bearings. Faces familiar to the public now slink through hushed corridors. Surrounded by tradition's imposing weight, they confront an odyssey fraught with turmoil. What are they planning? Strategic minds intermingle, seeking refuge from the storm baptized by this decree's thunderous arrival. As the dust settles on this shocking royal edict, the true depth of the turmoil begins to unravel. What secret forces lurk behind the palace walls? The bombshell report didn't just freeze engagements, it unearthed tensions simmering beneath regal facades. Delving deep into the covert operations of the royal advisors, the precarious balance of power, and the royal court's darkest whispers, we unravel the mysteries that have kept the monarchy in chains. In the heart of the palace, where opulence and tradition weave a complex dance, a clandestine family meeting convened. Shadows loomed large in this hidden chamber, whispers echoing like the rustle of silk in the corridors. It was here, behind closed doors, that the depth of betrayal unfurled, a betrayal so profound that it threatened the very fabric binding the royal family together. Each nod and glare was a tacit admission of loyalty, or the lack thereof. Old wounds between King Charles and trusted confidants resurfaced, scars not healed but festering. This wasn't just a meeting. It was an investigation, an inquisition into loyalties thought unshakable. Behind this storm of suspicion, the report's architects moved like phantoms. They were shadowy figures, the authors of these revelations, hidden behind names that bore the weight of truth and deceit alike. Their motivations were as nebulous as their findings, swirling in a fog of doubt. Were they harbingers of the harsh light of truth, or mere players in a grander game, driven by ambition or allegiance to unseen masters? The kingdom questioned if these writers were indeed the scapegoats, chosen to unravel a tapestry too intricate for outsiders to understand. From within the regal walls, anonymous voices began to rise. Murmurs of manipulation woven skillfully into the grand design of monarchy. These insiders spoke in hushed tones, revealing the intricate chess game being played, where pawns were sacrificed at whim, and kings were never safe behind their castle's walls. Through their confessions, a picture emerged of a system teetering on the brink, as if one whisper could topple the entire dynasty. Beyond the gilded gates, fingers pointed to the royal advisors, figures who emerged as potential puppeteers in this gilded theater. What were their ambitions? And who among them stood to gain from the chaos that now engulfed the realm? The speculation became a cacophony, trusted advisors morphing into suspects overnight. Could it be that some among them sought the throne's fall, rather than its fortification? Only time, the arch-nemesis of secrecy, could reveal these answers. Yet deeper still, past secrets began to bleed into the present. Long-hidden scandals, like ghosts woken from forgotten crypts, threatened to expose truths better left shadowed. The very stones of the court seemed to whisper of past transgressions, rattling their chains anew. These were rumors not of whispers, but of screams long silenced, their revival promising to unravel stained legacies. What was buried with the past now clawed its way back into the light, demanding reckoning and redress. As secrets slip through the tapestry of royal life, a new chapter unfolds, pitting history against the here and now. Though the courts hum with scandal, the silence from Queen Camilla's chambers speaks volumes. Or does it? In the dimly lit corridors of power, where whispers are currency and every glance is suspect, Camilla, the queen who has weathered storms that would drown lesser spirits, remains resolute in her stillness. The cacophony outside is relentless, a symphony of speculation. But within, there is only the quiet ticking of an ancient clock and the steady thrum of her thoughts. Camilla's silence, at first glance, seems like the immaculate shield of a dignified monarch embracing grace under fire. Yet, to dismiss it so easily would be a grave misunderstanding. What appears passive is, in truth, a finely tuned act of balance, a high-wire performance on the grand stage of royal scrutiny. Inside her mind's theater, past conversations replay like pivotal scenes of a forgotten drama. There she stands, engaging in hushed dialogues with confidantes in rooms where the tapestries seem to breathe her secrets. Voices from days past echo her contemplative stance. Her mother once cautioned against the perils of transparency, reminding her that sound carries further in open fields, a lesson Camilla has never forgotten. Let them wonder, those voices suggest. And so they do, mapping their fears and desires onto a queen who reveals nothing that isn't tightly controlled. The truth of her strategy is simple yet profound. Control the silence, and you control the story. Cue the internal struggle, an intricate waltz between her personal resolve and the formidable expectations of the crown. Camilla knows how the world sees her, a woman of refined cruelty, perhaps, or the tragic heart of a fairy tale gone dark. Yet she endures, she dances this paradox with unmatched elegance. Public expectation demands a show, a loud defense, a poised retort. But Camilla has learned, and not without cost, that there is power in unspooling tension, in letting hearts and minds rush to fill the void her silence creates. And then, there is the strategy, an unwritten play honed over years in the unforgiving arena of royalty. This is no passive acceptance, but a deliberate choice woven from threads of past experience. Camilla's quiet is a canvas on which others unknowingly paint their canvases. Each moment of stillness is a calculated move, a reminder that silence, once mastered, whispers louder than any voice. Enigmatic yet vigilant, she remains the eye of her own storm, her instincts cut sharp by endless practice. Behind her regal fade, confidantes whisper their counsel, a select few whose loyalty and insight make them trusted architects of her silence. Their existence is murmured about, but never confirmed, a shadowy court built on boundless discretion. With them, Camilla crafts her image no mere reactant to chaos, but a shrewd strategist, shaping narratives that captivate even the most skeptical hearts. Thus, the public is left to ponder. Is Camilla the tragic figure, a queen persistently wronged, or a master strategist amid a choreographed game of life and legacy? Opinions weave and fracture, with each day amplifying the mystique surrounding her reign. As the regal silence continues, a louder narrative emerges from an unexpected quarter. King Charles is not merely reacting, he is creating a new script. In command of the nation's monarchy, his decisive moves risk not just a crown, but a legacy. This section dives into Charles's calculated chess play, an extraordinary maneuver that blends power with peril on the grand stage of royalty. Within the majestic stone walls of the palace, the ambient whispers of history echo alongside the steady beat of a ruler's heart. With a clarity that pairs through the ancient fog of royal protocol, King Charles wields a scepter not just as a symbol, but as a tool of strategy. His swift, decisive actions signify more than survival. They signal a reign potentially as transformative as it is dangerous. These actions are his royal advantage, yet they come shadowed by threats, unseen forces, and whispered dissent that linger on the edges of every decision. For Charles, wearing the crown means more than bearing its weight. It is a dance on the razor's edge between duty and desire, devotion and legacy. His heart wrestles with ghosts of past decisions, each step marked by the faint scars of bygone errors and triumphs that led him to this precipice. He recalls alliances forged in midnight hours, and familial ties tested in the crucible of expectation. These memories serve as both compass and cautionary tale, reminding him that each moment commands the resonance of eternity. Surrounding the king is the cord of vivid tapestry woven with the threads of ambition and loyalty. His advisors, an eclectic mix of seasoned diplomats and astute strategists, occupy positions that sway between partner and puppet. They are a gallery of faces both trusted and suspect. In the war room of national discourse, their counsel is both boon and bane, each word a potential fulcrum of fate, each glance a knife edge. But Charles navigates this sea with an unshakable stare, their voices a cacophony turned concert under the sovereign's baton. Outside the gilded corridors, the public waits, tides swelling with anticipation. In one bold stroke, King Charles freezes public engagements, a move that speaks volumes to foes and friends alike. It is a calculated pause, a signal of detente disguised as retreat, and the tension it births ripples through every corner of his realm. His absence on stages, once fervent with royal presence, becomes an absence that demands attention, a mirror reflecting not just charisma but challenge. And yet, beneath the weight of regalia lies the heart of a king alone in the quiet tyranny of thought. The emotional toll is manifest, as each decision is etched onto the soul like a tapestry unfinished and frayed. Charles feels the nation's eyes as albatrosses perched upon his shoulders, scrutinizing the king in whom both dreams and fears are crystallized. He is reminded that each resolution carries within it the specter of consequence, a reminder of the fickle nature of power both inherited and earned. While King Charles steers the monarchy with steely determination, unseen tremors threaten the very foundations of the throne. This is the report that stopped a nation's heartbeat. Cloaked in secrecy and woven with lies, the explosive revelations have only just begun to unfold. Here lies the raw truth, or is it? Inside a document crafted with hidden agendas, revealing the perilous anatomy of power within the royal household. At the center of this storm lies the enigmatic report, its origin shrouded in mystery. Commissioned by an undisclosed hand, its release was impeccably timed to coincide with moments of vulnerability at court. Was it mere coincidence, or a strategic move in a broader game of intrigue? Whispers echo in the corridors of power, hinting at machinations as old as the institution itself. At the heart of the document, pages upon pages detail allegations that have cast a long shadow over the monarchy, casting doubts on figures once held in reverence. Each revelation crushes the veneer of stability suddenly. Secret alliances are laid bare, and unspoken debts are loudly called into question. The court, accustomed to its pomp and grandeur, now finds itself caught in the crossfire of doubt and dissent. Stalwart allies become potential adversaries, and every glance exchanged is laden with suspicion. Loyalties are shaken, and the questions on everyone's lips pool like venom. Who stands to gain from this treachery? While the nation's gaze is fixed on these unfolding dramas, unseen hands may be weaving this damaging narrative. Is there a puppet master in the shadows, steering these revelations to a calculated crescendo? As speculation mounts, fragmented truths blend with deliberate twists, each leak through the media magnifying public discontent and curiosity. Crafty editors take artistic liberties, presenting their versions of events sometimes too convenient, sometimes too compelling. The fabric of reality intertwines with fiction, creating a tangled web that holds the populace spellbound. In the midst of this orchestrated chaos, a voice emerges, a supposed insider steps forth to challenge the report's veracity. Their account is as shocking as the document itself, casting doubts not only on the allegations, but on the intentions behind them. Here, the thin line between truth and deceit becomes indistinguishable, as every claim and counterclaim fight for legitimacy amidst a maelstrom of distrust. The public stands at the edge, swayed by the shifting tides of revelation and denial. As the report's shocking tales reverberate, the stage is set for an unexpected defender to rise from the shadows. Amidst scandal and shadow, an unexpected hero emerges. In the heart of turmoil, where whispers of discontent echo long after the courts have fallen silent, a figure steps into the spotlight. This is no celebrated champion of the realm, but an unlikely defender whose voice cuts through the noise with astonishing clarity. For the brave soul that stands before the tidal wave of public opinion is armed with an unyielding commitment to truth and an ardent belief in the power of conviction. Their silhouette stands small yet fierce against the formidable tide of gossip and prejudice that seeks to consume all in its path. Can a single voice truly turn the tide, or will it merely serve to amplify the echoes of discord that rattle the towering halls of power? In a world where silence often shields both truth and deceit, this figure's unwavering stance is as unexpected as it is bold. With every word that escapes their lips, they risk everything: position, reputation, and fortune. Yet it is precisely this personal risk that lends their declaration a weighty gravity. The sacrificial nature of their stand, woven with strands of integrity and a righteous sense of justice, demands attention beyond idle curiosity. The spotlight, unforgiving and blinding, illuminates a truth that many had chosen to overlook, challenging the very fabric of whispers that float unchallenged in the royal corridors. But more than courage, it is the connections that tie this defender to the monarchy that further root their truth in the bedrock of reality. Through bonds that span generations and alliances forged in the complexities of royal dynamics, this voice carries the sediment of history and a perspective that intertwines intimately with the lives lost in palatial shadows. The defender, once a mere thread in the grand tapestry, now pulls at the very seams, revealing the nuanced intricacies of a narrative too broad for mere speculation. Their presence is more than just a voice. It is a clarion call that none can easily dismiss, not with the essence of tradition and kinship silently testifying in their favor. Yet, in a twist befitting of such a tumultuous tale, the voice's emergence evokes a reaction as varied as humanity itself. The public's gaze, weighted with both suspicion and admiration, mirrors that of an audience divided by preconception and the desire for authenticity. For some, the defender is an uproarious fool, caught tragically in their own audacity. For others, a beacon of hope, piercing through the haze of scandal with inspiring courage and unbreakable loyalty. This duality of perception sends ripples across the ocean of public sentiment, as observers wrestle with their loyalties, hopes, and deep-seated fears. As this staunch defender finds themselves ensnared in the spotlight, their narrative unfolds with emotional poignancy. Through heartfelt interviews, the defender's personal history intertwines seamlessly with that of the monarchy, a legacy marked not by crowns or titles, but by unbreakable vows and shared destinies. The words they share are less a defense and more a living testament, for this figure has pledged to uphold the true image of the monarchy, not as a shining ideal but a living entity capable of both vice and virtuous change. With courage igniting a spark in the darkness, a wave of change begins to ripple through the fabric of royal tradition. The palace is not a fortress just of stone and grandeur. It breathes with voices that are rarely heard but fervently felt beneath its opulent fade. Within these hallowed halls, quiet resistance simmers just below the surface, invisible to the untrained eye yet pulsating with life. The air is taut with the electricity of unsaid words, a different language spoken in the silences between royal decrees and whispered secrets that could shatter the illusion of unity. The lesser-known royals, those shadows cast by the grandeur of titles, find themselves increasingly questioning the ancient protocols that bind them. This undercurrent of dissent isn't born out of simple rebellion. It is the offspring of an era pushing against its own parent. These are the whispers of transformation, murmurings of change that transcend the palace walls, echoing across the land. In the cloistered corners of the palace, younger royals share furtive glances and hushed deliberations. These are not careless children of privilege, but heirs to a legacy they hope to reshape. They speak the language of transparency and reform. Their voice is a song of yearning for a new dawn. The royal staff, unseen but indispensable, joins this chorus. Their voice is a tapestry of lived experience, woven with the same hopes for progress. Their defiance is subtle, yet unmistakably potent. Together they stand at the precipice of a potential rupture, a point of no return. The palace, once a sanctuary of certainty, finds itself at the heart of a storm. On one side, the old guard clings desperately to tradition, their knuckles tight and hearts unmoved, armor-clad in history's weight. Yet, the progressive voices grow louder, more insistent, refusing to be silenced by the heavy veneer of convention. Each side steels themselves for an inevitable clash, each wary yet resolute, sensing the colossal shift on the horizon. Tension coils around every corner, a pressure cooker of ideals and ambitions, ready to explode. Through tear-laden reflections and fiery interviews, we meet those unwilling to remain silent. Their stories ripple through public consciousness, igniting a discourse that sweeps the nation like wildfire. Conversations brewed across dinner tables and broadcast waves, questioning the very foundation and purpose of the monarchy. Is it a relic of the past? Or can it be reborn into something relevant, revered not for what it was, but for what it could become? The nation stands at crossroads, a battle of tradition versus transformation, the old ways confronted by the fervor of new possibilities. The monarchy faces its most formidable adversary, change itself. The question looms like a specter. Can it adapt? Or will it crumble, another chapter closed in the annals of history? As resistance is forged in the crucible of crisis, a final confrontation awaits that will define the monarchy's future. At last, the moment arrives, a dawning of realization as the royal family meets destiny at the blades of present and future. King Charles stands resolute within the echoing halls of the ancestral palace, a gathering storm incarnate. His fingers brush lightly over the frayed edges of his coat, a subtle, unconscious movement that conveys the gravity of this hour. He knows what lies before him, the culmination of a journey woven with triumphs, betrayals, and resolute defiance. It is not just the crown at stake, but the future of a monarchy standing at a precipice. The air is thick with anticipation as the royal court assembles, an intricate mosaic of illustrious lineage and simmering discontent. Silence grips the room as the king rises, surveying the faces that watch him with equal parts reverence and suspicion. His voice, both raw and redemptive, cuts through the tension. King Charles speaks of renewal, weaving a vision for the monarchy that pulsates with the wisdom of a storied past, yet vibrates with promises for tomorrow. His words are a balancing act, a plea, and a proclamation beseeching unity from the frayed edges of loyalty. Yet the grandeur of his ambition cannot mask the ghosts that haunt these halls, casting long shadows of past missteps upon his speech. Then, unexpectedly, the Queen's presence surges. Queen Camilla, her stance as unyielding as the old oak where legends lay carved, steps into this narrative tapestry. Her voice rings clear and unwavering. She presents her stipulations, silver-tongued yet steely. It is a clarification, an assertion of power and perspective heretofore understated. Her terms are plain yet poignant, a call to arms of principles once whispered, now spoken aloud. There's an electric charge in the room, nerves crackling as the court recalibrates its loyalty amidst this dual reign. Meanwhile, the courtiers themselves shift in their seats, a gallery of allies and adversaries rendered expressive by uncertainty. Whispers ripple across the room, echoes of old alliances and freshly drawn lines. Some faces reflect steadfast support, pledging allegiance anew, while others bear the skepticism of age-old enmity. Here, the sycophants and cynics converge, their motives cloaked yet unmaskable in the scrutiny of this decisive hour. Outside these gilded confines, the kingdom teeters on the edge of breathless anticipation. Streets are alive with sotto voce debates, a chorus of subjects entrenched in age-old reverence, yet yearning for relevance. In their collective heart burns a question, a visceral, unanswerable query on the worth of monarchy in a world redefined by its own rapid revolutions. They wait, ponderous and poised, their verdict as inscrutable as the walls that house their sovereigns. And so, beneath the weight of crown and consequence, the king and kingdom stands upon this precipice. Is unity, ever brittle and bloody in its birth, within reach, or will history fracture them anew? In this melodious echo, the kingdom faces forward, bearing witness to truths reclaimed, to destinies reforged. As the kingdom looks towards an uncertain future, newfound clarity illuminates an enduring truth. Once enveloped in turmoil, the monarchy stands at the cusp of a new dawn, a living testament to strength and adaptation amid the ever-rolling tides of history. The echoes of past conflicts, once loud and relentless, begin to fade into the background, as whispers of renewal take their place. Can this enduring symbol, the crown, uphold its luster against the transformative tides knocking at its gates? Change is neither friend nor foe, it is a force, indifferent but inevitable. And the monarchy, once a bastion of tradition, finds itself inextricably entangled in a dance with the modern world. The announcement of reforms is met with a tentative collective hope, signaling the birth of a new era. This reimagined kingdom, a delicate weave of ancient customs and contemporary sensibilities, stands poised to transition from the echoes of its past into the promise of a harmonious future. In the corridors of this historic transformation, key figures of the monarchy step forth, their voices resonating with sincerity and introspection. Emotional farewells to bygone eras mingle with vows of renewed allegiance, as they echo across the halls of an expectant public. The whispers of these moments do not simply evaporate, they etch themselves into the collective consciousness, serving as both legacy and inspiration. For the British people, whose loyalty forms the bedrock upon which this realm is built, expectations are evolving alongside their steadfast loyalty. The unyielding embrace of tradition now opens gently to the possibilities that progress promises, heralding a future still rooted in its venerable past, yet unafraid to embrace change. Queen Camilla steps once more into the public eye, a figure much altered and strengthened by the turbulent waves she has weathered. Her reemergence is not merely a continuation but the beginning of a new chapter, reflecting the shifts within the royal household itself. She stands as both a symbol of constancy and a harbinger of change, her presence a reminder of the monarchy's unique blend of fragility and resilience. As she navigates through this changed landscape, she becomes an emblem of transformation, her role reshaped yet unyielding, echoing the very essence of this reimagined kingdom. And so, as credits roll on this chapter, the viewer is left to ponder their own connection to a lineage both royal and personal. This enduring narrative calls upon each of us to reflect not only on tradition and change, but on our place within this fascinating continuum. Ever aware in the dance of time and tradition, new stories are yet to unfold,